Hello, welcome back. Today is Wednesday, October 21st. This is my first video I've done since I came back from my honeymoon. Yesterday was just really a review day. There was no homework. I wanted them to catch up on their homework, and I went over the math skills. The substitute went over just to make sure that they feel confident in it. But today we did some extra review on some different skills. And we did a few of these on the board. I had them, I can't really see it, but it says an array, and I gave them the picture, and they needed to fill in how many rows and columns there were. So you could give them plenty of practice problems. I have a worksheet though that will go into it, but they told me that there were 5 rows with 3 columns. So if you go across, and this is really important, a lot of students are struggling with like row your boat. You go this way when you row. You don't go up and down like this, when you row. So rows go across. So we have 5 rows across, 3 columns. So 5 rows and 3 columns. Then I'm trying to show them how multiplication, different strategies are all connected, as well as addition. It's all connected. So when you go to repeated addition, I wanted them to come up with 5 groups of 3. So what we've already learned is the rows are our groups, right? We can circle. If you see, we circle. How many are in there? 1, 2, 3, right? You circle another row. 1, 2, 3. So it's really 5 groups of 3. Of is multiplication. Our math verb for of is multiplication. Okay, so we now know, so we converted it to now repeated addition. Well, how many groups do we need? We need 5. So I have them, this was as an example, but I have them draw 5 lines. That's it. You draw 5 lines, and that is representing the groups. Second step is to add in the addition problem, or the addition symbol. In between the lines are groups. And then, well, it's 5 groups of what? How many are in each group? Well, we see right here, we have 1, 2, 3. We have 5 groups of 3. So we put 3 in each group. You can add with your fingers whatever you like. You can skip count. So we get 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So our answer is 15. Next step is now, okay, I'm doing multiplication. This is multiplication. This is addition, but it's related to multiplication. I don't have a multiplication problem though. I don't have a multiplication sentence, equation. Well, now we need to come up with one. So if we have 5 groups of 3, remember of means multiplication, then all you need to do is do 5 times 3, which is 15. Then we have the commutative property. Commutative property, you just switch it, you flip it. So the commutative property of 5 times 3 is 3 times 5, and you get the same answer. So we did 2 different types of those big problems, and then we moved on to our worksheet. So if you get out, it's green. I know sometimes the camera changes the color. So green packet, weeks 10 and 11. And you're going to turn to, I'll show you. The back is the array. We're not doing that yet. And we have the array city. We're not doing that yet. Flip it again. And you will have, you will see this page. The printer cut off the page number. There's no title, so it's really kind of challenging to find. But let me go over that with you. All right. So the first one is done for you. As I explain it though, I love writing all over everything. So we have an array. We have 3 rows. 1, 2, 3. 3 rows, and there are 5 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, now you have to figure out your groups. So we have 3 groups. How many groups do you have? You have 1, 2, 3. Your rows are the groups of, well, how many are in each? If I circle 1, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 groups of 5. That is why I have my lines. So I have 3 groups, 1, 2, 3. put my addition symbol, and then I add 5, 5, 5, because there's 3 groups of 5 in each. We skip count by 5s. 5, 10, 15 we get. Then you need to write a multiplication equation. Of means multiply, so you just drop the 3, drop the 5. 3 times 5. Commutative property, you switch it. So now it's not 3 times 5. The commutative property is 5 times 3. Next, we did the next 2 together. We have 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, and 4 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we needed to write, we have 3 groups, right? 3 rows of 4 columns. So you draw 3 lines, and there's 4 on each line, and that equals 12. Your multiplication equation is just 3 times 4. Flip it to 4 times 3. Okay. So the next one we did is our array. So we have 2 rows and 6 columns. So it really means how many groups do we have? We have 2 groups of 6 in each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The lines I want you to draw is that represents the groups. So 1 group, 2 group. Well, what goes on each line? 6. And that equals 12. Then you have your multiplication equation. So it's just 2 times 6. Flip it to 6 times 2. So your homework is to finish the last problem and then to do the 3 problems on the back. On the bottom, I want you to write your own array and then solve it. We worked on our bat writing a little bit, but it was, a lot of people don't have it. So because they already turned it in on accident. So I'm trying to figure a way to go around it. So don't worry about the bat writing right now. And then we went to Walk to Learn. And after Walk to Learn, in your book, please read. So get out your Wonders workshop and turn to page 70. And so please read the story. It's short, of Mary Anderson's Great Invention. So read this whole story. Absolutely love this. Anything about inventions is, that is my jam. Because usually inventions are made because there's a problem and they need to solve that problem. Or some inventions are made on accident, on a beautiful oops, which is so cool. So read this story. It's only about 4 or 5 pages. And then pull out your weeks 10 and 11 language arts. It's yellow. Throughout the story, we talked about the vocabulary words. So what I want you to do on page 3, there's no numbers, but it's your 3rd page. I want you to write the vocabulary definitions. You can cut them out if you want. They keep getting lost. So if you want to just keep it together, you can write the definition on the front. And the vocabulary comes from the very first page. The vocabulary on the bottom. So that's homework. And then this next piece of homework is in your Wonders Your Turn practice book, page 31. So page 31. So you need to decide what vocabulary word, and you need to write a sentence with that vocabulary word. You need to do both for full credit. Then you need to work on your science. Read for 30 minutes. All right. Thank you so much.